Oh, jeez. I didn't even mute. You heard my keystrokes the entire time, and no one told me. What the flip, dude? Whatever. Time for more Pokemon Uranium with our good friends. Jillian is not here tonight, so it's just Nathan and me. But that's okay. We're gonna have a fun time with it. I'm gonna undeafen. Deafening in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, we're back.
We're so back.
We are so back. We are so back. I've been listening to this intro theme for far too long. Let's just dive right back into this, shall we?
Let's do it.
Pokemon Uranium. So it's just Nathan and I tonight, but that's okay because we are cool and epic in our own rights, and ain't no one gonna tell us otherwise. So last we left off at Nuclear Plant Epsilon.
Oh no.
Yeah. That reminds me of a horrible accident that happened 10 years ago, apparently. But a lot of things have happened since the last Uranium stream in particular. A lot of things.
I had a child.
Yeah. How is little Natalina doing?
I mean, she's still breathing.
That's good.
That's really all I can ask for.
I'm very pleased to hear that. And how
I think that's the only metric.
Yeah, the only metric is that the baby is breathing. Is it sleeping on its back or on its side?
You know, I was told not to look at the baby too much, so I can't really say.
Don't look at the baby too much. You might like freeze it because you're a Gorgon or something.
I mean, I've been called worse. So
What's the worst thing you've been called ever? Well,
okay. Okay. There's like a bunch of different levels here. One thing that sticks with me is, oh goodness, who was it? Somebody, I'm trying to remember who it was. I guess we don't need to call them out specifically. Somebody once told me
the world was going to roll you. No, please.
And I'm the sharpest tool in the shed.
All right. Yeah.
No. Someone once told me that they wouldn't want to run into me in a dark alley.
Really? Like how?
And
how did that happen?
To be honest, I don't remember, but that like sticks with me. I think I'm like a generally an affable person. Is that the right word? Affable? Who knows?
Amicable?
I'm like a generally pleasant person.
You're a
Sure.
decent person to be around.
I'd like to think that.
You can't do no wrong.
Yeah. And so then it just like came out of, well, I think it came out of left field. Maybe I was being a little intense.
How were you being a little intense? Like, was it just like you were staring a little too hard, or were you like, just, I don't know.
I was probably hangry.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely.
If I had to pick a vice.
Why does that have crab hammer? Shit. Okay. That's a really good move. This gym's not.
Has anyone given you a specific?
Sorry?
I was gonna say, has anyone given you a weirdly specific insult?
Yeah, there was one time where I basically, I don't remember the exact wording of it, but we were out at a bar, as one often is out at a bar, you know, and you know, this one girl gave me like a look, and you know the type. You've seen it in the memes where, you know, you say something at the party and everyone just turns and looks at you and like raises their lip and their nose and they're like, you know, like,
yeah.
And I had been talking about like some really basic stuff. I think it was related to nuclear, honestly. And she just gave me a look that was something to the effect of like, what the hell is wrong with you? And I don't remember saying anything specific to this girl as far as I can recall. Like, all I know is that she came over to me and she said, "You need to leave right now." And like, this is at a bar. Like, this is just here. Like, I think she was like, what, 5'2", 5'3", you know, like, you know, had that expression on her face where it's like, maybe I'm a couple drinks in, and I was just like, I just gave her a look like, excuse me? Because, you know, I'm in college, and like when someone talks shit about you in college, you know, you gotta stand your ground and everything. But I was like, you know, I got a drink. I literally had just got a drink, and I was talking with someone about like my classes, I think is what it was. This was like right before COVID, so she came over to me and she was like, you need to leave. And I was like, no, I'll just go over here. And she's like, no, you need to leave. And like, I don't have like it wasn't like an insult and it wasn't like a thing, but the way she said it, it was like this was her house party, you know, and I was like a freshman.
Yeah.
It was one of those ones where it's just like, the tone, I will never forget it because it was just so unexpected.
Yeah, I mean, what's the saying? People won't remember what you said, they'll remember how you made them feel.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I do not know what I did to this girl. Like, I have no idea. I think I maybe had like at one time glanced her way or something, just like as I was talking, you know, because when I talk with people, sometimes I look around the room because that's just how I do, but I have no idea.
Well, I mean, when you've been attacked by ninjas as many times as you have,
I know.
You gotta be scanning your surroundings.
The thing is, when ninjas attack you, you don't hear them, you don't see them, like the figures of them, right? But they have like very specific indicators that a ninja's nearby. And like, that's just why I'm looking. So, oh fuck, that's right, it's this friggin' fish, dude. Brainfish, Braylip. At least I can hit it. But yeah, I mean, going out to bars pre-COVID was definitely interesting, because I remember the last bar experience I had pre-COVID, which was disappointing. I told it on stream once, like a little while back, but I'm happy to share it because I don't think you know about it.
I don't think I do.
When it was right around the Badger basketball season, like the Badgers had just won the NCAA tournament or something, and they were going, like, they got a high seed in March Madness for 2020 or something. And so they were all out at the bar, which happened to be the same bar that my friends and I had decided to go to after initially going to a different place to start, called Mondays. So we went from Mondays and we went to the place in Madison called Wando's. And Wando's is like, they got the fish bowls and everything, right? You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where they're like,
I know the vibe.
They're colored, multicolored, and they taste like Smarties, and you gain 5 pounds just from drinking one based on the amount of sugar. Yeah. So we were there, you know, because it was like the one right before spring break, and I think we were like right about to leave for spring break, and then we'd probably like see each other later or whatever. But we were there, and I was just like coming off a not so great exam and a not so great interaction with like someone, and I was like, I'm going out with my friends to maybe have a good time, you know, try to get out of that headspace. And when we get there, it's filled to the brim with people, and like there's a lot of girls around. Oh, cool. But then I realized, like, oh, none of them are going to, like, be talking with me, because they're all going to be talking with the entire basketball team. The entire Badger men's basketball team was there. And, like, at that point, it's like, well, I was, you know, I'm a single 21-year-old, like, what else am I gonna do? Maybe I'll look around, play the field, or whatever. And no, that was absolutely not happening. But the problem was that my friends, they were talking with other people, and my friends, like, are girls in this situation. So, like, they were talking with, like, other girls and other guys and whatnot. And, like, not to be antisocial or, like, oh, no one talked with me. Like, I could have easily gone up and spoken with someone, but I was just in such a shitty, like, mindset that I literally turned to my friend Yoch. She was, like, dancing. I'm like, Yoch, I'm gonna leave in about 5 minutes. This stinks. And she was like, yeah, that's fine. And I had to go to the bathroom. And on the way to the bathroom, I bump into Brad Davison, who is like this dude who was like the big guy on the basketball team at the time. And he just gives me the dirtiest look because he bumped into me. I was like trying to squeeze through to the bathroom and everything. And he bumped into me and he just gave me this fucking look of like, do you know who I am? And I was like, I'm peeing and then I'm leaving, dude. I'm not trying to harsh your vibe or whatever. But it was just like the worst fucking vibes the whole night. And I walked home, and then 2 days later we went home for spring break, and then we never came back.
Yeah, that is not a fun time.
No.
Especially to leave one place and go to another place where you're like, maybe the vibes are going to be better and or different, and have such a harsh.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what the motivation was to go to Wando's beyond like, oh yeah, let's go dance, I think is basically what it was, right? And like, I don't know why we didn't go to like, there's a ton of bars in Madison where you can just like go underground dance bars that are like, everyone's like, oh, this is the gay bar. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's a fun dancing place where you're not trying to pick up people, you know? Or like, it's a bit nicer to people who don't want to be picked up by like frat douches, basically, in the nicest way. So like, why didn't we go there? I don't know. Why didn't we go to like even just I don't know. Why didn't we go anywhere else? I have no idea, but we didn't, and that was not as fun. So that was my last bar experience before COVID happened, and I don't think I went out to a bar. I went until like much later, though that was because I lived alone by then, so.
That reminds me, okay, this, the people listening to this stream don't know this, but we were messaging a couple weeks ago and realized that we had met years before I realized at least that we had met.
You want to talk about
because
that?
Of a joint event.
You want to talk about that?
Well, I don't really have much to say. I don't really have much to say because I don't remember it.
Oh, no. Yeah, so one fun thing is that, do you care if I say where you go to school?
No, I don't.
Okay, so basically, the places where we both did undergrad, Wisconsin and Illinois, they do a lot of collaborative events with their, like, American Nuclear Society student sections, excuse me.
Yeah.
And the idea was that, you know, it's sort of like you trade. Okay, so your students come to our campus for a bit. Our students come to your campus for a bit. So in 2020, late February 2020, mind you, it was only me and one other UW student because everyone else was like, oh, I have homework. It's like, yeah, I got homework too, but you think no one's going to be doing homework on this trip? But I digress. We drove down to UIUC, and, you know, I had some friends there at the time, like Sam and Jeremy are friends, and I was, like, catching up with them, you know, because I'm a senior, and they're, like, in grad school now. Ooh, but they're also at UIUC still.
Yeah.
And some mutual friends just are introducing us, and we're at this apartment party, basically, right? And I honestly don't know a lot of the UIUC undergrads beyond, like, the people who have gone to A&S conferences before. So I'm just, like, out here, yeah, I'm gonna play some Boom Cup, and we ended up schooling everyone at Boom Cup, or Rage Cage, if you've heard it that way.
What the... bad.
Yeah, and so apparently you were at that? Is that what I'm hearing?
That was... Yes, that was my first party as an undergrad.
Ever?
Ever. And the first and only party I went to before COVID.
Oh my god. So, like...
So my...
Oh my god.
My two memories of the night are the Wisconsin people being really good at the drinking games. And then everyone leaving.
And then everyone leaving to go to Lion.
Oh god. Yes.
So, this is the thing, right? So because I was the president of our chapter, the other president, her name, we'll just call her Katie for this one. Katie was, there's so many Katies, but we'll just call her Katie. Katie was like, okay, so now we're gonna take you out to some bars. and we're gonna start at lion. And everyone in the UIUC group heard that, and they were like, is that a good idea? Because I suppose you probably have more experience with the lion, Nathan.
I've been there precisely one time. I promise I'm not antisocial. I just have different standards.
That's fair.
I went there one time. We got there way too early, and then my friends left by like 10. And
Damn.
I was hanging out with some people. We had you like talk to people, you meet people. So I was like hanging out with these guys I had just met, and so all of my friends leave, and I should have left with them because there was an active shoot. I guess they should have. There's like a warning here.
It's all right. We're
good.
I'll make sure.
There was an active shooting outside.
Jesus Christ. What the
So then
hell?
we got locked in for a little bit.
So you got stuck at the lion?
Yeah.
Oh, moderate's evolving!
Ooh. What do we got?
Moderate, what do you turn it into?
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
It's seahorse, but okay. Electruxo. Okay.
Okay.
Sure. It's got this fucking what even is this? Let's have a look at you. Moderate, who are you now? Electruxo. You've literally got the Brad haircut.
Yes.
Oh my lord. Jeez. Okay. What are your stats? Like impish still? Okay. Not so bad. Well, we can make this work. Water electric's gonna be good for this fight, so it's whatever. Anyway, Red Lion. Yeah, the men's room, colloquially known as the Coctagon, as I came to learn as I stood in line outside the Red Lion. Like, I was standing out there, right? And I'm looking, like, because outside there's a turret. Hey, Snakes, subscribed at tier 1 for 39 months. 30 months. Man, what are you supposed to talk about when Jillian isn't here? Oh, believe me, there's plenty to talk about. Don't you worry.
Only some of it is Jillian related.
Only some of it. She's not the main character. We're the main character. Get it together. But like, okay, so this Red Lion bar, it's styled like it's from like the olden European days. You know what I mean? Like, it's got the old timey. How would you describe it? Like,
it's a castle that somebody attached like a duplex to, and then made it into a bar.
Because you go inside and like it's like an amphitheater in the bar because there's just like tiers and layers, and the bar where you get drinks is like at the bottom of it. So and I just
pit.
Oh my god, I remember seeing people standing on tables inside that place and like just throwing shit everywhere. And outside, when you wait to get in line, you see this turret. And I was like, that's cool. Can you go inside the turret? And I think a mutual friend of ours, I think Sam, it was either Sam or Jeremy, and he said, oh yeah, that's the men's room. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I did not go into the men's room there. But as I understand it, there's just urinals in that space?
I'll say I have also never been in it.
Okay.
Like I said, I've only been the one time.
Yeah.
And I, as a habit, do not go into bar bathrooms.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, no, in the center, I've, like I said, never seen it, but in the center, there's the Coctagon, where you've got urinals in an octagon shape.
I love that. You know, I think that's a lot more interesting than a trough.
It is. I'll say the trough doesn't faze me so much.
Yeah.
Because I grew up going to Cubs games. Yeah. And that is, if you've ever been to Wrigley Field.
Yeah, that is the only option.
Yeah.
That's how it is at most sports stadiums, I find.
Oh, okay.
Most, not all.
Yeah. That's true. I think the only other professional sports stadium I've been to is the Cell, or where the Sox play, whatever they call it now.
Yeah.
Guaranteed rate, I think it is.
I have no idea. I'm not
Which
gonna go
I'll
there.
say, I'm not like a very opinionated baseball fan, but every time I've been to the Cell, I've gotten food poisoning.
Well, that makes it very simple, doesn't it?
Yes, clearly not meant to be a Sox fan.
No, it's not true. Why would you ever root for the Chicago White Sox? Ugh.
Honestly, I don't know.
Speaking as a Twins fan. But, like, I find that when I go out to bars and have to go to the bathrooms in undergrad, the game I used to play a little game.
Oh, yeah?
I would go, you know, go up to a urinal or whatever, do my business, but I'd just, like, call out in the middle while peeing, you know, slightly inebriated, to other slightly inebriated dudes. Hey, would you rather have everything taste like carrots or lose all your toes? And, like, everyone would be like, I would have everything taste like carrots. Mm-hmm. And, like, they'd all be wasted. And then other guys would get into arguments in the bathroom, and then I'd just leave. Oh, man. Then I felt it was a brain ore, and it carried me to safety. From then I decided to become a Pokemon trainer and a lifeguard. Oh. But enough talk. Let's battle. All right, that's Callie. She's got the Janine sprite. All right, Tubjaw.
Hair.
Yeah, she's got the epic. There's a character named Janine in a Pokemon who has like that exact same hair. It's basically just a sprite edit, I think.
Okay.
So, but her hair is purple. Have you made it to a nuclear reactor in this game yet? Yes, we have. We have, in fact, made it to a nuclear reactor in this game, Snake. Snake, this is a water-type gym, and you're a ground dragon. That is not happening, my friend. That is, like, the antithesis of what I should do. Uh-oh. Braylith. That is not a better change for you, I don't think. I do not think, Callie, that was the correct call for you, but I don't know. Just my thought.
You know, let her cook. Let her cook. She's out here trying things.
She's, like, doing it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I missed the nuclear reactor. To be fair, it was almost a month ago, so I don't blame you, Snake. It's okay. But yeah, I think in general, the bathrooms and bars are like sacred places that you like. Everyone talks about like girls' bathrooms at bars where they're always like complimenting each other and being like, "Oh, how's my makeup? Is it good?" You know, like all of those things that I have never experienced because I have not been in the women's restroom at a bar. But the men's room at bars is just a wild card. It is like the Wild West. Anything can happen in there.
That's very true. And if I'm there, several things are happening.
I love that for you. Why am I confused? Come on, Broader. Are you... Of course. Something tells me that if you went to the girls' restroom at a bar, you wouldn't get the usual response. Something tells me if I went into the girls' bathroom at a bar, I would probably be kicked out of that bar very fast. Which I'm not gonna disagree with. All I'm saying is that, yeah, I haven't been in there before, so... The last night, when I was out at the bar, like the last night I was out before COVID, when I went to the bathroom, there was also a dude just passed out over the toilet, right? And like in Wando's men's room, there's two toilets. There's a urinal on one corner of a wall, and directly opposite, there's another, right?
Okay.
And so, that dude was on the toilet. I was at the urinal. And he was in there from before the person was in there. And I just called out, "Hey, dude, would you rather have everything taste like carrots or lose all your toes?" Mm-hmm. And there was like no response from him. And I was like, "That's all right, man. You okay?" And no response. So I was like, me too, dude, me too. Mm-hmm. And so I left, and as I left, I told, like, "Hey, there's a dude in the men's room who's, like, passed out." And then I walked home. I forgot about that I did that, but, like, that was my thing that I always did, so...
That feels like a fitting end to that night in particular.
Yeah. It was very like, you know, I want to just go to bed.
Mhm.
So that's that.
That reminds me,
Hmm.
jumping back a bit, when you said you ran into, what was his name? Brad. Yeah, Brad. I've only been at a bar one time where the like men's basketball team was there,
Yeah.
and the very first time it happened, or the only time it happened, or I guess the only time I noticed that it happened, I was like looking across the bar, and I see this like really tall guy,
Yeah.
and my first thought is, oh, no one is physically that tall. Now, mind you, I used to play volleyball.
Yeah.
And so
You're
I
not
used to be
short.
around. No, I'm not short, but I also used to be around people who are like very tall.
Yeah.
We're talking like 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". So like I'm not unfamiliar with that class of human being. But so I look across the bar and I'm like, oh, he's not actually that tall. He's just like standing on the bar or standing on the little lip that goes around the bar. Couldn't possibly be a human being that's
Ain't
that's
no
that
way.
tall. No, and I feel like with the setup, you can tell where this is going.
Yeah.
He was not, in fact, standing on it.
He was, in fact, that tall.
Yeah. Just like 7'3".
7 feet?
Yeah.
Jesus
And
Christ.
I just don't know how or why a human being is that tall.
Why God was like, today I'm going to give them a little extra height.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. Like, I have this theory, because I'm 5'10", but my brother is 6 feet. I have this theory that, like, I somehow stunted my growth in middle school because I carried all the books that I had to take to class on my head. Like, I'd hold them on top of my head. Like, my Trapper Keeper and, like, 2 textbooks. At age 12, that is what I did. And I actually think I may have, like, slightly inhibited my growth at that point. Because my arm span, which is supposed to be the exact same length as my height, is 6'1".
Yeah, you do have long arms.
I have stupid long arms. And I do not know, like, how the heck that happened. Other than, like, I still haven't grown into my arms yet. Or, maybe I did something wrong.
In a past life, in this life.
In middle school, I did something dumb, but what else is new?
You're just walking around like you're in finishing school?
Yeah, basically. I mean, like, shit. Could have been 6'1". Yeah, I beat her.
Nice.
I'm so good. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
What's the guy? What's the in the game? The guy who's friends with Tahufsta?
Oh, I think his name's like Terry or something.
Terry. Terry should take some notes.
He should.
On hair.
Yeah. He's got to be like, dude. What if I just bleached one streak of my hair like a bleach hawk?
Oh goodness.
Do you think? What's the wildest hair you could like get away with? You think?
Oh, okay. Tangentially related. Get this.
Yeah.
One of my uncles is the definition of an enabler.
Okay.
Like, anytime, any situation, whatever the thing is, he's down and he's going to make sure that you go through with it.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2nd grade, like a week before picture day, I had the brilliant idea that I needed a mohawk.
Oh, no.
Now, mind you, my grandpa is a barber, and so my whole life he cut my hair, and so, I'm familiar with the tools, I know what's going on. And in passing, I just mentioned this to my uncle, that, I maybe want to have a mohawk. So my uncle sits me down and he's like, are you sure? And now looking back, I don't know why he asked that, because he's never since or before questioned something like that.
Right.
But he's like, are you sure? I guess maybe he knew it was picture day soon. And I'm like, yeah, of course, because I'm in 2nd grade, and that's how that goes.
That's how it is.
And so we go into his bathroom, and he shaves, he like gives me the mohawk.
He
and
takes
then
a
is like,
zero to your head.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, oh no, this isn't good enough. We need to dye it. So for picture
yes.
day, for picture day in second grade,
fuck yes.
I had a bright green mohawk.
Fuck yes.
My mom was pissed, to say the least.
Did you have to do picture retake day then?
Oh no, that's all I got. And so when I graduated high school, my mom and my aunt, so I have a cousin, she's the same age as I am. So
Yeah.
when we graduated, they like printed out all of our yearbook photos from first grade or from preschool all the way up to when we graduated.
Yeah.
And then blew them up. Not like physically, like, you know, made them big.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It made them big.
Yeah, and then stuck them in the yard so that people coming to the party would see the evolution of the two people they were there to see.
Yeah, I also hate Stephen Buns and a bippity boppity. I feel like we need this. We need to see this second grade picture. You know? Yeah, I feel like we do. That said, it is your prerogative.
I think we can make that happen. However,
we can
it will take me a minute.
Yeah, we can like put a black bar over your eyes to protect the innocent.
Oh no, that doesn't matter.
Okay.
It was just, and by a minute I mean it'll probably take me a couple days to get.
We'll have it ready for next stream.
Yeah.
Makes
so
sense.
You have to come back in a week.
Yeah, you'll have to come back, viewers.
Oh wow.
This is your hook, your server hook, as it were. I don't think I ever was like really crazy with my school pics at all. My brother had to do photo retake days a couple times because, like, you know how when they say like show your teeth, you know, he's out here, like, my brother doesn't really smile with teeth for one reason or another. And basically when he does smile with teeth, it looks kind of like a grimace. Like, especially in his elementary school photos. Like, there was one time where I'm pretty confident the photo person said, let's see some teeth, and he just goes, ah! Like he's a monkey trying to assert dominance, you know? Like, his face does not conform to a smile in that sense. Which was really funny, but really funny picture, but unfortunately, we did not save it, and it was not the one in the yearbook by the end of it. But, you know, I mean, that's whatever. I'm not the one paying for photos. My parents did that.
That is highly unfortunate. It does remind me. So I have a little brother, and I think this was in preschool. Okay, I don't remember the setup. But in preschool, okay, I've got it now. Okay, so how my mom tells this story is my brother left. The preschool we went to was down the street from where we lived. So, you know, we like walk down to school, she drops him off. He looks fine, it's picture day, whatever. And then a couple hours later, she gets a call from his school. And they're like, just so you know, the picture that your son took, we could take another one later.
Great way to start.
We can redo. And my mom's like, oh no, what happened? Did he fall? Did he like somehow, like, it's only been a couple hours. What could have happened? And so they're like, well, we're just gonna let him tell you. Which I don't know why they did that, but whatever. So my little brother comes home, and you know, it was like a small preschool, so they just like they printed the photos there. It was just one of the teachers took him with her camera. It was like a very informal situation. And so my little brother has the photos in a little envelope, and he's unbothered, not a care in the world, pie in the sky, whatever, all the idioms, all the whatever. And so he like gives my mom the thing, still no idea that he's done something wrong.
Right.
And my mom's like looking him over, like, looks fine, his hair's the same, like, what could have happened to warrant them calling me? And then backtracking, and having him tell me what happened. Anyways,
Yeah.
so she pulls out the photos, and my little brother had snuck in vampire fangs
What?
to his phone. And somehow blacked out his other teeth.
What? Wait, what?
No clue how that
blacked
happened.
out. Did he take a Sharpie to his molars or something?
Honestly, no idea.
Oh my god.
Because I'm not that much older than my brother, so I don't actually remember this happening. But somewhere in the family archives, there is a photo of my little brother with blacked out teeth and vampire fang.
That is so wild. That is so great. I feel like I want to do that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there was a guy at my school, or a teacher at my school, who would, like, just every year, he wore the same exact outfit. It just got slightly more, like, I don't know if it was, like, weirder or, like, something, but, like, he'd been doing this for, like, 20 years. He wore the same sweater, and the sweater just got worse every year, you know? To the point where, like, he's wearing this patched-ass sweater that's, like, got holes in it and everything for, like, picture day, basically. And it was just, like, he looked very, like, he had this really big smile on his face, you know, like, ha-ha! You know, like, in his photo. Like, he's laughing. Oh, my God. It was very bizarre. Let's play the slots.
Ooh.
Oh, no. I'm gonna be here all day now. This is why I don't go to casinos.
They are a time suck. It's crazy the level of ingenuity, maybe is the word I want to use, that goes into, like, there's no clocks, they, like, don't have windows, they, like,
Oh, I got the
pump in
big
so it makes
win!
sense. Ayo.
I got 90. That's great. Now I'm back to... I'm a 32 above, and I'm about to lose it all. But yeah, like, there's no windows, no clocks. It's comfortable. Like, you just get hypnotized into everything.
Yeah.
Snake says, I feel like we need to see this other picture also.
We'll see if we still have that one. I know that the me and the Mohawk, that one, I think obviously it still exists, but I don't think the my little brother's one does. Well, I'll get back to you. I'll text some people.
We'll do some connecting, and it'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's nothing that is good that will come of this, so let's just leave, because casinos are bad. I am not looking forward to going to Las Vegas next summer, but that's just me.
Oh, okay. I know that other people have said that it's a strange place to be at a conference, and I very much see what they're saying, and I agree. It will be strange to, like, be professional in that space. Are you getting arrested?
No, there was an explosion.
Oh.
Look over the ocean. Oh, no. I sure hope that's not a nuclear power plant exploding. Oh, no.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, perfect. Just what we needed.
However,
After
will
10
we
years
recover?
again? I can't believe it. I remember playing this game and it was like half done. I have to go to the island immediately. People are in danger. This time I'm going to make a difference for you, Lucille, and everyone else. Huffsta, you need to get out of here. This area's dangerous. Waves of radiation will be hitting the shore any minute now. Okay.
Oh,
no. Not quite.
No.
BB ferry ticket. Alright, to the west there's a ferry. It'll get you across the lake to safety. I mean, yeah, that is the right thing to do, but you need to, like, run out of the direction of the plume. I think I will go and experience the waves of radiation. Perfect. Oh my god. That is, certain... Oh, and they got the scary music playing, too. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, you have a lot of insight into this specifically. Hey, so, like, the reason that there was a lot of, like, radiation transported from Chernobyl when it exploded had to do with dust. And, like, particulate in the air. It was not gamma rays traveling miles and miles all the way across Europe. That does not happen. In fact, like alpha particles, the range of alpha particles in air is like 4 centimeters. Gamma rays, they can go further depending on energy, but like, you know, they're not going to be able to... From an explosion at a nuclear power plant, the gamma rays that would be emitted from that would be like... They would not waves of radiation, that's for sure.
No, see, well, I took it to mean, and you are probably correct, I took it to mean, like, there's radioactive stuff in the water that's going to wash over.
That could happen.
That's possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
But see, like, I feel like when they were like, oh, waves, like it was traveling through the air, like it was a sonic wave or something, you know? Like Cherenkov, but in air. Which,
no, you're definitely right.
Yeah, that definitely happens. For those of you who don't know, Cherenkov radiation is when a charged particle travels faster than the speed of light in the medium in which it travels. So if you've seen a reactor turn on and suddenly give a bright blue glow, that might be an electron, or many electrons, traveling faster than the speed of light in water, creating a sonic boom-like event, which, instead of sound, emits light. Stretch!
Stretch.
And drink water. Thanks,
And
BB.
drink water.
Okay. So yeah, very, very interesting way to describe fallout from a reactor explosion. I love Coco Ren. Coco Ren's cool. I was debating using it, but I don't think I want to because I already have a ground type. Oh. Oh, 2 more nuclear Corsola.
Oh.
Go Snake and Fat Man. That's right. I named one of them that already. So I'm gonna switch out so I don't hit my own dude. But yeah. Interesting call, Pokemon Uranium. Interesting call.
Yeah. It reminds me, so the like explosion thing. So I did media training recently.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. A lot of it, I think, was not aimed at people from our generation, which is fine. But the valuable part of the training, I think, was the practices that we did. And one of the scenarios they had us run through, they said really happened.
Oh yeah.
Where there was a fire at a nuclear power plant, and at a previous conference, I guess a reporter was there, and they like found a person and like sat them down and asked if they could ask questions about this fire that they were learning about like real time.
Yeah.
And so one of the scenarios we did was you're at a conference and a reporter comes up to you and says, "Hey, there's this fire. Can I ask you questions about it?" Which,
Okay.
I mean, nuclear power plants are very big.
Yeah.
And which I guess that's one of the things you want to stress, right? It's, you know, until we know more, you know, we're going to respond in the best way we can. Like all of the things you got to say.
Holy shinks! Okay, game.
It's incredible.
But yes, please continue.
I was just going to say it's a little bit unnerving to be like, oh, just at a conference, someone can come up to you and ask you these questions. It's I guess the weirdest part is reminding yourself, oh yeah, I do actually know things.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I do know some things about nuclear that maybe others don't.
Like I am a little bit of an expert.
Only a little bit though.
Only a little bit.
Like
Just
don't get a big head. You don't have a PhD yet.
No.
Voltage, I don't think that's a red Gyarados. Yeah, I don't think so either. The black and green one. But it's dead now. I killed it.
Oh.
I suppose I probably could have tried and caught it, but whatever. Whatever.
I have an aunt and uncle from New Jersey, and their boat's name is Wet Ever.
Wet Ever?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Those blank, soulless eyes. clearly a very capable trainer. Call it a hunch, but I bet the radiation from the power plant is what caused those Pokemon to go crazy and attack it. Okay. Anyway, it looks like this area is secure for now. Both should take you over there. Goodbye, be safe. That's
really
great.
Fast.
So fast. That was the fastest cleanup I've ever heard from a nuclear event such as that. Very nice. Very good.
Hey,
so,
if there's one thing they can do, it's clean up.
Yeah. So tell me more about this media training. Like, what... So what exactly went down? Because you said it wasn't for, like, our generation. Like, were there a lot older people there? Or was it, like, more millennials? Or, like, who was there and what happened?
So, okay. Have you ever been to a TV studio?
I have. My dad worked at a TV station.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I've been on the news before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was... Okay, we'll come back to the media training in a bit. What were you on the news for?
When I was 4 years old, I think, they had a media day because my dad worked for Minneapolis's NBC affiliate, or he worked at there. So they had a bunch of kids come on, and Elmo and Cookie Monster were there. And I bet you're worried about the nuclear power plant, but here you can relax. Fucking, man. Love this. And they had all these kids do a cookie eating contest. So I was on the news for a cookie eating contest. And I won.
That's...
At age 4.
No shit.
Hell yeah.
I believe it.
I was also on the news when I was like a couple days old because the way that the TV station did stuff for like local news, it was like, and one of our employees recently had a kid. Oh fuck, it's Theo. It's not Terry.
Oh, no.
Theo. There he is.
You were close.
I beat Callie.
God awful hair.
Bro needs a fucking shave.
Yeah. He needs whatever the opposite of a mohawk is.
A faux hawk.
Faux hawk?
No, he needs the anti-hawk where, like, you take the zero straight down the middle of the head.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. God, look at that fucking plumage. Nymflora. That... I don't know, man. I don't know.
All of these names are like portmanteaus.
That's typically how Pokemon names.
Okay.
But, like, I don't know how I feel about this one, where it's a wolf-like butterfly thing with 6 appendages. I don't know how I feel about that one. It's a little too, like, I don't know, for my taste. But yeah, the Elmo and the Cookie Monster, yes. They were there, and they were rooting for me. But again, I was on the news when I was about a week old, so they showed footage of me as a baby. And so that was the first time I was on TV, and from that moment on, I knew that I wanted to be on big screens everywhere.
Craving the limelight.
I desire the attention. It is thoroughly necessary. I mean, like, and then I was on the news for, like, I won some scholarships or something, you know, like, you know, they put the scholarship winners on the news or something, and I got a big check.
Oh, wow.
I got a huge check. Like, it's like a big poster board kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And so that's in my apartment still.
Really?
And I'm pretty pleased about it. We have an entry closet in our apartment that I just call the garage, basically. It's where, like, the litter box is and where we store our jackets and whatnot. And right above the litter box is my giant check for $1,000. So, and I will never get rid of it, because when else do you get a big check? You never get a big check. Have you ever gotten a big check?
No, I have not. I'm trying to remember who's the guy on TV. Who would just like show up to people's houses? Was it Bob Barker?
Bob Barker was on Price is Right.
Did they do big checks for that? No. Okay, I can't remember who it was.
That's okay.
No, I've never received a comically large check before.
Comically large check.
Yeah.
Yeah. but yeah, like I've been on the news and I know how to like give a succinct soundbite. What was your media training like?
Right. We will tell a whole story at some point.
At some point.
So anyways, so we go to the studio, and if you're not familiar with like television studios and how they work, they're typically in like the industrial parts of town. They're a little further away, unless it's like CNN headquarters in Atlanta or whatever. You're not like in the city. That's the point. So we take this Uber. We're leaving like half a day of the conference, and it's me and a couple other people. We carpooled together, and there were 6 of us in total. And the media training was, breaking down the different types of media. It was a lot of reminding people that your words are going to be used and reused.
Yes.
And talking about, you're going to have the advice they gave was to have 3 kind of points that you'll go through and just pivot any answer or pivot any question to hit on those points.
Yes.
It's very good for like being succinct and sounding like you have your stuff together. So it's I think pretty good advice for the kind of interviews that we were like doing training for.
It allows you to maintain control of the conversation.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it's not how you would like talk to a person at a bar.
No,
on television or on radio or in print, that is a good way to have all of your bases covered. And so when we get there, we roll up to the industrial district, and there's a fishmonger out front of the building.
A fishmonger?
Yes.
Like selling fish?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And so we step out, and the smell of decaying seafood hits us in the face.
I love that.
And in the email they had sent out, they were like, okay, you're going to go around the fish store, and you're going to go to the music building.
Around the fish store? Like, which one's the fish store? Oh, I know now.
That's exactly the thought process that I went through.
Wow, that's a very specific store to reference.
No, they were very correct in doing that. But so we get up and we go in, and the very first thing they do is they pull us aside before we've done any of the training, and they sit us down on camera just in a soundstage. And the camera's however many feet away, and Andrew, who I think you know. Yeah.
DM me their last name.
Yeah.
There's a couple Andrews I know.
Fair.
Dude, I beat up this kid while he's in a crisis. Oh no. Yeah. I know him.
Yeah. So Andrew's there, and he's just like asking us a couple questions, and then asking us to like describe some nuclear things. And afterwards, I get up, and he's like, "Wow, you really weren't fazed by that." And I was like, "Oh, I'm friends with Kaylee, and I'm friends with a couple other people."
Yeah, and I've been on Voltage VO streams before.
You know.
Easy enough.
And so I was like, having a camera shoved in my face doesn't really faze me.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, that's fair." And so we go and we sit down, and they're like breaking up the different types of media. They're going over those like the 3 points that I mentioned earlier. And then we took a couple breaks, and in those breaks we did a couple of those scenarios. So like the fire one that I mentioned, and then the very last thing we did, which was kind of fun, because we got to be a little creative.
Okay.
We had everyone except for one person in the sound booth, and so it was doing a mock satellite interview.
Yeah.
Where you're not in the same place as everyone else. So we had one person the sound person, he works at the stage we were at. He was acting as the director or
the sound engineer kind of guy.
Yeah. He was doing that. He was like saying, okay, we're going to cut to these cameras and we're going to do this. And then Andrew was like the interviewer, and then everyone else who was in the booth got to act as like other pundits or like counterpoints or people who were providing other information.
Yeah.
And we just got to have fun with it, which was kind of cool. So every now and then they would like cut out, so the person who was being interviewed wouldn't be able to hear the crazy things that we were coming up with.
Yeah.
And then sometimes the question would be directed at them. So it was a pretty cool like setup to play around with.
Of course, you had perfect practice with it because you've been on a Discord call where people mumble all the time, right?
Oh yeah. And I am sometimes the mumbler, unfortunately.
It's okay. I think one of the things that stream has really helped with me too is like allowing there to be space between people saying things as well. Because like when I started, that was a really difficult thing for me when I was just like talking over Zoom with other people or talking over Discord with other people. It was like the waiting, you know, like you can wait a minute, not a minute. You can wait like 3 seconds. It's okay. Dead air is not a real thing on stream. You know, it's okay. So I think that sounds like it would have been a lot of fun for me. I'm trying to go to one of them. It's just like given my conference travel plans of November, I don't think I would have had the stamina for it. No.
You would have done fine. It would have just been wearing because there wasn't food, there wasn't water. With all of the travel you had been doing up to that point, it would not have been fun for you.
No, I can't imagine it would have been.
But it will be when you do it.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's definitely like a thing I will do. It's just a matter of like, okay, when am I doing it? And I'm committing to this, you know? That's the hardest part about conferences and like going about them is saying, I want to do this, not, I can maybe go to this. You know, it's like, I want to do this, and this is how I'm going to spend my time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, at the last conference, we brought an undergrad with us.
Oh, really?
And yeah. And so I like going into it, I told him, I said, this is going to sound stupid, but decide now and actually follow through on going to sessions. Like decide which ones you want to go to and actually follow through with it. Because it is so easy. I've seen several people just kind of work during the day, like do schoolwork, and then not get any benefit out of the conference other than the socials, which are valuable, but
yeah,
the more technical benefits they did not get to partake in.
Yeah. And I think one thing I took away from my conference before the ANS one, the IEEE one, is that I chose the wrong talks to go to. I definitely should have gone to more of the radiation imaging courses than I did, which I do somewhat regret. But, you know, I know that for next year now because I will be there next year. It's just a matter of, like, accepting that, you know, sometimes you do make mistakes with regards to what you choose to go to. But you still learn new things. They're just not nearly as relevant or perhaps interesting to you.
Yes. Unfortunately, I've done the same thing. I went to a signals and processing session once.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this could be interesting. You know, at the time I was like, maybe digital twins, that could be a fun thing where you're like pairing up a computer simulation with a real life facility. And I was like, this might be a cool thing for me to explore.
I admire your optimism there.
It was in fact not cool.
It's like electrical engineering on roids, isn't it?
Yeah.
That does not, I'm gonna be real. As someone who does like electronics and front-end electronics for some of my research, like, oh my god, it is so much to wrap your head around. There's no way in hell that you can really be a good front-end electronic engineer without taking like a whole year's worth of courses, basically. So like going into that basically as fresh as you know, you might have with I don't know, have you taken many electrical engineering courses, if any?
I know electrical engineering, so I did my undergrad in physics. I did an electronic circuits lab, which I did not like because I am, fun fact, not good at circuits.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And then the only other experience I have is, you know, undergrad E&M. And at the time, in this session, I was an undergrad.
Yeah.
So we're working with an undergrad's knowledge base here.
Woo-wee! when I went to my first conferences as an undergrad, I think going to those conferences really helped with my understanding of like what it is I wanted out of grad school too, because I would go to these talks about like, the math and computation talks. These seem interesting because I like math. No. Or like reactor physics. I like physics. Physics is good. Not for me. But then I go to some of these like isotopes and radiation ones, and I'm like, wait, no, this is all right. I like this. So it ended up working out pretty well because I know what I want now, and I think that's really good, which is great. I am filling out scholarship applications, so ANS can get off my back about not applying to them.
I was gonna say, I was looking at those the other day with my advisor, and okay, I was under the impression that the funding I'm on, like the grant that I'm currently being funded by, was only 1 year. I was very incorrect. I have 2 more years after this on it.
Let's fucking go.
That was a very nice Tuesday morning for me, or Wednesday morning. But I was like talking to my advisor, and I was like, I'm looking at these fellowships, and I'm looking at these scholarships and awards and whatever. And my advisor just looked at me and was like,
why?
That's great. I support you doing that, but why?
Right. Like, the way that it is for me right now with my funding is we just got 3 more years of funding, and I already have guaranteed funding as a result of the University of Michigan. But, 3 more years of funding, which is really cool. That just means, though, that, like, if I were to get a fellowship, then that money can be used on another student and not me. And I think that's what's most important here.
Yeah.
So, I'm applying to, the ANS one. And in the past, the Isotopes and Radiation Scholarship, riveting commentary, I know, like, so interesting for chat. Like, in the past, the only scholarship that IRD has offered is, like, a radiochemistry one. And, like, I don't know about you, but I always felt really discouraged about doing that because I'm not doing radiochemistry.
Yeah.
So it was just like, but now it's like, they want stuff related to nuclear non-proliferation, safeguards, and security. That's what I'm doing. Wow. So, now it's a little bit more tolerable, and, I'm filling it out. It's not due till February, but I'm doing it now because I need to fill time in my schedule. And then I'm also gonna maybe apply for the NNIS fellowship, but
oh, nice.
That will be something I put just a little bit more thought into. Not much, not much more, but
I'm so intrigued by that program, the NNIS one.
Yeah.
And so I don't exactly do safeguard stuff, but like I could. Like my work is like very
close to it.
Safeguards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we have a couple mutual friends that are on it. And this is maybe a little more interesting for stream. One of our mutual friends, she's in Italy right now.
Yes.
Doing her practicum, which is required for that fellowship.
That's
and
right.
That
she is on that.
Very much.
She is she is a girl boss. Like, everyone talks about like memes about girl bosses. She is a girl boss. 1,000,000,000% girl boss, and it's great. And I remember we went out to lunch, and she was like, "You and me, Voltage, we're gonna rule the world one day." And I was like, "I think you're so right, but you're gonna be like 3 to 5 years ahead of me. What with your company, your brilliant idea."
Oh yeah, no. I tell people all the time about her. I'm like, she is everything I want to be. Not even when I grow up, just in general. During COVID, her COVID hobbies, she started powerlifting and started a company.
Yeah, like it's
Meanwhile, I'm over here making pizzas with my cousins.
Look, there's nothing wrong with making pizzas. My COVID hobbies were running and voice acting. And they've
very good.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm a Strevis. That's fun. But like, she is just like, it is That said, I have seen the inside of her car, and it is a little messy. But that's my one thing I got on her. My one thing is that, but that also means she's well prepared for anything that comes her way. So
that's true. If you need it, she's got it.
No, it was good. I mean, like, she is very smart too. I think she's doing her practicum abroad now, is what I understand that to be too, which is crazy to me, but like, good on her, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, so she was saying this is the other thing that intrigues me is she was like, oh, because of COVID, people kind of forgot that you can go abroad for your practicum, like on the scholarship, and so people are like, the staff are like relearning with her how to like have these connections and set up everything with the visas and all of the paperwork that needs to happen. And she's like, yeah, I'm just kind of out here doing my own thing, and there's not really any oversight because they don't know what to do. Excellent.
So good. Honestly, like, if I get selected for that, which, like, honestly, I'm gonna be real, not to sound like a defeatist person, but, like, almost every single scholarship or fellowship I've applied to, I have not gotten. So, and I know that they're competitive, and I know that that's, like, the point of them, is that there will be people who just don't get them. But, like, I've never gotten a scholarship or fellowship I've applied to since starting college. I got the one in high school. That was where I got my big check, and since then, nothing. And I don't want to sound like a defeatist, but I'm like, I apply to these knowing that, like, they're very likely not going to have any returns, and I just have to live with that. But, like, if I got the NNIS fellowship, that would be dope. That would be so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Did I tell you?
Unfortunately, it is a numbers game.
Yeah. Did I tell you about what happened when I submitted my National Science Foundation situation?
No.
I submitted to the National Science Foundation last year to try to get funding for my project.
Yeah.
And it's good. I had my thing all written up, and the project that I laid out only slightly resembles what I'm actually doing now, which is, again, fine.
That's a win.
But I wrote up everything. I was stressing, and I had to go away the week that everything was due, so I wanted to have everything done a week in advance. So I DM'd or emailed or messaged my letter writers, right? Because I had 3, and they were all at different institutions now, which was really complicated. One was at Wisconsin, so you can kind of guess who that might be.
Yeah.
One was my advisor at Michigan, and one was my undergraduate research advisor, who's now at Iowa. And, like, I sent them an email a little bit ago, being like, hey, this is due this time, you should get an email from this. And I did that, like, 5 days before it was due, thinking, you know what, that's enough.
Yeah.
One of my letter writers missed the deadline.
Oh, no.
So, my entire application was rendered moot. Was rendered null, was, like, disqualified because of that. That, and I had forgotten to bold one header.
Oh, dude.
So, like, pedantic stuff like that. Admittedly, I was frustrated by the fact that one of my letter writers, like, missed it and tried to see if they could submit it, like, they saw it was due at, like, what, 5 o'clock, and they were like, crap, I missed it, can I submit it still at, like, 7? And unfortunately, they couldn't. But, that's how it goes sometimes, and what I can say is I at least tried.
Yeah.
But what I take away from that is remind people the day it is due, and the day before it is due, and the day before that. Be annoying about it. They're not going to rewrite their letter of rec to say, oh, this person's also really annoying.
That would be so incredibly petty.
There was, did I tell you? I was, I won't say, like, who it is or what it was, but, I was on a faculty hiring committee recently.
Oh, okay.
This is about a year ago now. And, when you do that, you often solicit, sort of, not letters of recommendation, but, like, people an arm's length away from this person just to like see like, tell me about their research. What do they do? Do you think that they meet the standard for our institution? Kind of, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I was also on one last year.
Yeah, so you know what that process can be like. And we had a couple finalists that we didn't give an offer basically to anyone. One of the reasons was one of our finalists, who looked really good on paper, interviewed really well, had like, a decent publication history and a decent like research history and had a good research plan and everything. Things you look for. The letter from the arm's reach away that we got for them was shockingly bad. Like, it was the questions were like, 12 questions that were like pretty basic questions. Does so-and-so do cutting edge research? Do they have the potential to grow the field further than what it is? Things like that, Yeah. And this reviewer wrote for the candidate, this person does not create interesting or cutting edge research. This person does not show signs of potential to grow the field. Like, this person's work is average at best. Like, which is like such a death knell for any candidate. Like, the moment, like, a university is asking, like, we on the committee were wondering, like, is there a vendetta? Because this is so bad. I don't know if there was, and frankly, I wouldn't repeat it on stream if there were some kind of vendetta, but it was one of the moments where I realized, oh shit, letters of rec could actually be really bad. Oh man.
Oh yeah, and sometimes in ways that like you don't even think about.
Right. And there was one time too, I was reviewing letters of rec for like commendations for ANS. Again, won't say who or what or who wrote it or what, but there were definitely a lot of reference letters that were copy pasted, which is like just unfair to the candidate, because like it's clear that the candidate did well enough to like deserve a commendations nomination. Commendations, for those of you who don't know, is just a recognition of a student's work in the society in some capacity, whether that's by like having more events for their student chapter or really getting involved at the national level or something of that nature, just like visible recognition at the national level that, hey, this person is looking like a rising candidate, kind of,
Yeah.
And their letters of rec that this professor wrote were just like almost inappropriately bad with how copy and pasted they were. It was embarrassing, and I felt really bad for the student.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. I know that faculty are busy.
Yeah.
And like watching my advisor, I'm like, oh, this is more crazy than I could have imagined.
I am not going to do this when I grow up.
Same. But at the same time, like that is part of the job.
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh, totally. Like, I realized very quickly that academia, if you're not full leaning into it right when you start grad school, you are not going to go into grad. You are not going to be a professor. You are not going into stay in academia.
Yeah.
And yeah, every single time I think about it, the more I just remind myself, yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to be a professor.
Yeah, I have two experiences with like instruction and teaching people, like me being the instructor.
Oh yeah.
And one of them I was a TA in high school, and that was, or not a TA, like a tutor in high school.
Yeah.
Not a good thing. I was the after school one, and so my job was basically just to force kids to do their work.
Yeah. You were more like disciplinary than you were even, teacher.
Yeah, which is bogus to have a peer do that, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other one, so that was not bad. And so I went into undergrad thinking, oh, there's no way in hell I'm going to be an instructor. Like, I'm going to do whatever I can to avoid this at all cost.
Mm-hmm.
And then last year, I started TAing this like coding boot camp. Really cool program. The students are awesome. Like a complete opposite experience that I had tutoring in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm like, I'm not going to be a professor because at this point it's not worth it to do the work to turn it around.
Yeah.
But like maybe I could be like a mentor and have people come for the summer. And that would be what I want to do with my life.
You have capability of teaching, but it's not your full-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely I've reached the like graduate student gives lecture to class benchmark, which was really fun and really cool. And it made me realize, among other things, that I do know a thing or two about quantum physics. And, that's really cool and all. And, I prepared the lecture notes to some degree and figured out where I'd start and where I'd stop.
Yeah.
But, like, I could not see me balancing that with writing research proposals and doing conference travel and trying to manage, like, a secondary source of income, Like, I realized, especially as I keep going through my career, there is a top to the ladder, Like, everyone's got a ladder. Their ladder is their career. And at some point, you got ladder rungs that are out there, and you got a height. And so there's two sort of things. The rungs are how close they are or how far apart it is, are sort of like, how easy is it to succeed in your career based on where you are? Like, are you going to have an easier time climbing the ladder or a harder time climbing the ladder, right?
Yeah.
And then how high something is also is a thing. Like, how far are you going to go? Like, how high are you going to climb? And one thing that I need to remind myself is that, like, it's okay to remind yourself that you're really fucking high up on the ladder right now when it comes to academia, but you're still very low on the ladder of the rest of your career. And, I just gotta figure out where the end of my ladder is, because if you go too high, it starts getting wobbly, and then it's, like, not worth it. In general, like, I just gotta figure out where I want to stop so I can just, like, live a simple life for the rest of my life.
You find part A, find point B, and just live between those 2 points.
Pretty much. Because, like, were you at the panel that was, like, the NESD and the Congressional Fellow panel? Yeah. You were there at that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, I think I could probably do all right as the Congressional Fellow. That doesn't mean I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. I'm glad that, like, it's likely another ANS Congressional Fellow was in that room waiting to be selected in 5 years, Yeah. Not me. I do not have the tolerance and energy to just spend a year on the Hill doing what they do. I could probably do it. I don't want to do it. At least not right now.
Yeah. I think to connect some points, if someone listening is not familiar with the concept of Congressional Fellow.
Yes, please.
So there's a thing, AAAS. No idea what the A's stand for. But the
American
S, I think, is
Association
science.
Of Awesome Scientists.
Yeah, I think S is something science. Scientists, sciencey, who knows?
Applied, I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. But anyway, so there's this organization, and they basically take technical people and put them either as like assigned to a committee in the House or the Senate, or they like assign them to work like with a representative or a senator in their office. And so, as Voltage mentioned, you spend a year like doing this work. Crazy stuff.
And you get paid, right? You get paid like $70,000, which living in DC on $70,000, not great, but you're definitely making more than any staffer. So
yes.
You don't have to like do a second job if you don't want it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is like the grown-up version of the student delegation which both Voltage and I did. And you co-chaired, right?
I did. I was a vice chair, yeah.
Yeah.
And that happened when I was, like, moving out to grad school, so I couldn't, like, do as much with regards to planning, which, again, is fine, because I realize there's a time and place to be a leader. And I think that being a member or a participant, or, you know, a vice chair, that's enough sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. But I guess what I take away from it now, and that might just be because I'm just generally a little burnt out on a lot of things in terms of, like, stepping up and planning stuff, you know? Presently, that is not in my immediate future. But it's kind of like, it's a lot, you know? It's a big thing, and it's not something that, like, I ever see myself being mentally available to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, like, I don't want to run for office.
But people keep telling you should.
They need to stop! I'm not going to run for office. You will not.
I think the chat should hypothesize which kind of office Voltage should run for.
Chat, you should tell me what position in government I should run for.
I'm thinking, like, whoever runs the sanitary department.
The sanitary department?
Yeah.
We're gonna clean up these streets, let me tell you. Oh, for fuck's sake. Tan skier. We gotta get these tan skiers off our streets. They're making my love bug flinch.
Oh, no.
Oh, nar. Erin, my fiance, is a big fan of Mike's Mike.
Oh, yes.
Like,
Excellent.
This morning, she, I think, was listening to one of his Lost recaps.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen Lost, right? So I know, like, what's going on, and Erin has not seen Lost. But I'm listening to Mike out, and then he talks to her, and wait, hang on, Aussie, wife, beach, lost, Jack, shit, I can't do, I thought I could, but I don't think I can do the voice, but, like, you know, he's just doing this, you know, like, going to do stuff now, like, I can't do the voice, I apologize. But, like, I hear Mike's Mike just in the background at all time. I was listening to his Gossip Girl Season 3 recap, but I've also rewatched his Lost recap recently. LMAO.
Aaron,
Shoutouts
you
to
and I have
Steam
never
Buns.
met, but oh goodness.
Shoutouts to Steam Buns in the chat, who is Australian. Steam Buns loves it when I do some kind of Aussie accent, because he knows that it's just so good all the time, and without it, his life is not nearly as good as if it were without it. So, I think that's a real win for me, but I'm not going to be too confident. Can't be beat. That's great. Glad to hear it, Steam Buns. But yeah, Nate, what were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say, Aaron, you and I have never met, but I want you to know that I think when we do meet, we will be very, very good friends. I was watching, he put out a video the other day of his favorite Mafia movie, which is about Shark Tales. A movie, mind you, I have never seen.
Oh my god. I wish I could do a Mike's Mike impression, but I can't because my Aussie is so bad. Steam Buns is like, when I forget how to talk, I just tune into a Voltage stream and just copy you. I'm so glad to hear that. That makes me so proud. But, like, I remember, Aaron, you've seen the Shark Tale video. I think we watched it. Or I saw a clip of it while on the big TV. Shark Tale's such a fucking crazy movie.
A part of me can't tell if it's his recap style or if... well, okay. Yes, it is his recap style that makes it watchable for me. Like, it's very good content. But the movie itself is absolutely unhinged.
It's
my
ridiculous.
impression of it, I should say.
I remember seeing it in the movie theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went to Shark Tale in the theaters. And I definitely have only seen Shark Tale twice, right? Because we got it on DVD. My parents have Shark Tale on DVD at their house.
Okay.
But I just remember, is Beyonce Lola? Who plays Lola in that?
Let's look it up.
Because I remember just like the cinematics of it and like the Will Smith fish just going, Lola.
It's Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie is Lola? Come on.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Mind you, not the character named Angie.
Yeah. Who plays Angie?
Renee Zellweger.
Oh, that tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Renee Zellweger got that neurotic female dual lead character down pat.
Mm-hmm.
She's not in Bridget Jones, right?
This is something I should know.
Bridget
Jones'
she is. Diary?
Yeah.
That is her? Okay, cool.
Yeah, that is her.
Look at me, knowing my early 2000s fucking rom-coms.
Hey, yo.
I did Quiz Bowl.
Okay, I'm not gonna... Bridget Jones is several weeks older than I am.
No fucking way.
Yeah. Almost to the day.
Jesus Christmas. Oh man, I remember my mom got that on DVD and that was just like laying around our house for a while. And like my mom's a big fan of like the acoustic guitar covers that were really big in the early 2000s. I don't know if Bridget Jones' Diary has that or whatever, but it was that and Notting Hill that my mom was like obsessed with when I was like 4 years old.
Oh yeah.
And I remember I have not seen Notting Hill. I do not know what Notting Hill is about, but what I do know is that one character, a blonde dude with not long hair, but long-ish hair and stubble and a white shirt, is eating like something out of a cup, and he says, "This yogurt tastes real funny," or "This yogurt doesn't taste right," and then the second guy says, "That's because it's sour cream," and he goes, "Oh." And then he continues to eat it. That's the only thing I know about Notting Hill.
Honestly, I think that's all you need to know.
I guess.
That and Hugh Grant.
Oh, Hugh Grant's in that? That explains a lot.
And Julia Roberts.
You know, that does explain a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't know that you did Quiz Bowl.
I did.
That's so fun. So I also did Quiz Bowl in high
school.
Did
you really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's such a specific, like, mentality. Like, we used to call it trivia brain.
Yeah.
Where everything is connected, but the connections from the outside do not look logical.
Right.
Because it's like all of these movies came out in the same year, but they're all different genres or different directors. But the connection in my mind is, oh, it's all 2005, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like... I was the glue on my team because I just listened to NPR, so I knew like enough about Middle Eastern politics to know like who the president of Iran was at the time.
Okay.
Like, or Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Like, when you have a name like Mahmoud Ahmadinejad and I'm 15, like, of course I'm gonna like remember that. That's a crazy cool name, but he's not a very good dude. You know? Or like, you know, paying attention enough to who Muammar Gaddafi is. You know, you pick things up and then you just sort of like regurgitate them. You don't really, like, I've never read Infinite Jest, but I know it's written by David Foster Wallace and I know it takes place at a tennis academy with the protagonist named Hal. Like, I've never read that book.
Yep.
I also know that it's got a bunch of like Quebecois terrorists who want to make people watch a tape called Infinite Jest, which paralyzes them basically, and it's so interesting that they never watch anything else ever again. Haven't read the book. That's Quiz Bowl.
Yeah. No, that's Trivia Brain.
It's just kind of awesome. So yeah, I have a couple trophies from Quiz Bowl.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was at like some tournaments, I was like top individual scorer.
Oh, nice.
So like my team never did very well, but like I was very good. I currently have the total points scored record at my high school for Quiz Bowl. Like, I have the most points of all-time points at, like, seasonal play and then also for tournaments.
Y'all, we're in the presence of royalty here.
Yeah, I got fucking trophies related to Quiz Bowl. I wrote trivia. Like, I actually wrote packets.
Okay, same. It's so much fun.
Yeah. One of my things my brother and I really like to do while we're on road trips is he'll get a packet from hsquizblepackets.com.
Okay.
And he will read it. And I will buzz in when I know the answer. And we'll just do that for like hours. Or like vice versa, depending on who's driving.
Yeah.
So like the trash, which is pop culture, I was very good at that. But not so good. I was very like glue again. So, what were you? What did you do?
My job was religion, literature, and astronomy. We had like a very like we had like the one high scorer. It was not me, and he was very good because anything social studies, anything history, that was his category.
Yeah, and there's a lot of those.
And it's mostly those things.
Yes.
So
that and literature.
Yes. I don't know like how it shook out, but I was buzzing in a lot for like the literature. We also had, so I guess it changes region by region, but we also had a lot of operas. So we had one person whose entire job was opera.
Yeah. Did you do NAQT Quiz Bowl?
Maybe. Is it NAQT or was it NSQT? NAQT, let's see.
Because it was National Academic Quiz Bowl or
we did that.
Yeah. They have a big standing in Minnesota. Like it's kind of incredible how centralized in Minnesota it is. So like there was just like a big presence, and one of my teams my senior year, we qualified to go to nationals, but we didn't go because we didn't have the money.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's okay. We would have been completely hosed. But the packets for pop culture that are acronym written by Eric Nelson, those were not play tested, but like first run at like my region's Quiz Bowl tournaments.
Really?
Yeah, so my team, Cooper A, the juggernaut of acronym, according to Eric Nelson of Eric Nelson fame, who wrote the packets. We took second 2 years in a row. We never won it. We would always choke in the finals, but we would get... It was very, very good and very fun. So we were epic. So we did acronym 8, I want to say, and acronym 7 were the ones I made the finals.
Wow.
Yeah.
I said it before. We're in the presence of royalty here.
So fucking cool and smart and epic. I even wrote my own packets that are like on that website, though some of them have not aged as well as I would care to admit. So it's not that I disowned them, but like I'm not actively advertising. Yeah, I wrote this, but it's all right. I wrote. I think I'm one of the first people who started writing memes in trivia packets, or in Quiz Bowl packets, basically. I'm the author of Meme IQ on highschoolquizbowl.com or hsquizbowl.com. If you go to trash packets and find Meme IQ, I wrote that, along with a co-author, Maddie. So can't overlook her, but we had fun with it, and we play tested it at Wisconsin, and they really liked it, so we uploaded it, and since then it's been lots of meme packets written by high schoolers that have not been play tested before they get uploaded.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I remember, I forget the year this was, but it was very, very far after Harambe.
Yes.
When we got a question about a Harambe in a tournament. And it was one of those moments where everyone was like, we all know the answer. We were just like in disbelief that they actually wrote a question about Harambe.
Right. It's like, the year's 2019. Why are you writing about Harambe?
Right. That's the first meme I can think of. I guess it's not even a meme. But
no, I think it's a meme. I think it was like a culturally relevant thing, you know? Like a thing that in general was like, oh yeah, this is, some people may care about this to some degree. I know one of the memes that I wrote about in the meme IQ packet was something really, really stupid. Actually, let me look it up here because I could probably like high school quiz bowl. I'm gonna look this up here. Yeah, 2017. It's a Doc X. Let's have a little look here. Yeah, meme IQ stands for Moderately Educational Memetic Encounters in Quiz Bowl. So I was very proud of my acronym there, but like the first one, or the second one's like, is mayonnaise an instrument, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like they were like slightly related to, yeah, yeah, I would probably clean up a little bit of this language because some of it's not as good as it once was. You know, but like, here's one. Maybe you'll get this. I'll read it. How's that sound?
Okay.
The search for this object takes place in a very simple sky backdrop. One of the main characters of a sketch laments that he forgot to bring this object, which embarrasses him. The character, played by Jack Black, then proceeds to foolishly tell a red monster that he can't stop at a stop sign because he's looking for this object, unaware that the monster is trying to help. One parody of this sketch, which appeared on an episode of Sesame Street, remixes Elmo and Jack into various melodies, all while saying the name of this shape. For 10 points, identify this shape that has 8 fantastic sides and 8 awesome angles.
I have no idea.
It's an octagon.
Oh, okay.
It's all good. Yeah, there's a whole... So if you search, like, Jack and Elmo YouTube poops, there's just, like, people making music with the sample of, like, Jack going, "Oh, man!" It's a magical experience from the internet.
Okay.
Would highly recommend showing that at some point.
Okay. Yeah, see, I think my problem is my meme education. Not good.
You gotta get up on them.
I gotta step it up.
Yeah, and we wrote bonuses for these too. We wrote Boni.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we wrote Boni and everything. I call them Boni because bonuses just sound silly.
Oh yeah. Who would want multiple?
Yeah.
I was gonna say bonuses. That doesn't make sense.
Multiple Boni.
Multiple Boni. There you go.
Hang on, I'm gonna find this Jack and Elmo thing real fast. I'm gonna find the Jack and Elmo sketch.
The one on Sesame Street?
Yeah, I'm gonna find the original. I spelled octagon wrong, but it's from it's 15 years old! No! No!
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? I'm Jack. Oh my lord. Oh. This is 15 years old?
Oof.
Oh no. Oh no, dude. Ah, fuck. Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Okay, and then there are Octagon remixes. So like there's one where it's like the GameCube intro. But it's just Jack Black going, "Man!" Yeah. "Oh, man!" And like that has just permeated, and now that is just a meme on the internet forever.
I'm looking through the images and I found a catified version of this.
Yeah.
Where both Elmo and Jack are cat.
Looks like that. Cat boy Jack Black. So stupid. Oh, internet. What even are you, internet?
Gotta wonder.
You gotta wonder. Honestly, though, like, it was fun doing Quiz Bowl. It was, like, a good time. I really enjoyed it, and, I would not change the fact that I did it.
Absolutely. The closest I have now is like bar trivia on Sundays, which is fun, but every now and then, you know, I wasn't allowed to watch TV growing up, and so a couple weeks ago, all of the categories were cartoon themed, and I have no idea. Like, what they did an entire section on, oh goodness, what's the TV show? Rick and Morty.
Yes.
They did an entire Rick and Morty section. And, you know, I've seen a couple episodes now and then. Friends have put it on, people have had it on in the background.
You're generally aware of it.
Yeah. Like, I know about the pickle, I know about, like, the time travel, and there's a bunch of dimensions.
I know about the pickle.
But that's, like, the extent of my knowledge. Like, I don't know the significance of the pickle.
The point is that there is no point. He turned himself into a pickle, Nathan.
Okay.
Why? Because he could, Nathan. Oh, I turned myself into a pickle, Nathan. You know, like that's it. That's
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's the movement? Dadaism?
Oh yeah.
Like movement in art where it's like all surrealist and
yes.
Nothing has any point, and
which is kind of fun. I don't mind those. I think it's kind of fun to just be like look at something and feel like a total dipshit. I think that can be kind of fun.
Oh yeah, no, I love going to art museums, and one of my favorite things to do is you make up like the insane, you know, story behind the painting. And then you have to present it to whoever you're there with.
Yeah,
like,
you do like a PowerPoint ass like thing like here's this painting I saw at the museum in Italy. And here's how it was made, and then you just like go into MS Paint and recreate it. Honestly, like the more I've come to understand that, like, you know, when I go to an art museum, it's totally okay to just be like, what the fuck is this even mean? Like, that is the point. Oh fuck, what is this? That looks like it's their leader. It's giving them orders.
Oh. Is he singing? Oh, it's like a spaceship.
S-51A. What is this?
Guys, the nuclear engineers have been hiding the aliens.
They're in INL. The gay furry hackers have revealed the truth. How do you feel about that? Like, what's your take on that?
Okay, I had several friends who needed to change their bank accounts because of that. Like, in another Discord server, I got a message from a friend who now works there. And he's like, someone else posted the news, and his response was like, yeah, I can confirm this happened. I have to go to Chase and change my bank account.
It's so strange. It's like, I got sent that today, or like the other day. Aaron sent me that, and I was like, yeah. I had friends who were like, their social was compromised by gay furry hackers.
Yeah.
And, like, apparently, their demands are that INL begin cat girl research. Like, what do you mean cat girl research?
Yeah. I mean, someone's got to do it.
Elaborate further.
Well, as a representative...
As a representative of the Cat Girl Research Authority, it is my job to inform you that cat girl research can be done theoretically by anyone. There's nothing that is otherwise restricted or withheld from the general public about cat girls. And I am not a government spook, you can trust me. There's nothing classified about cat girls and their research. Why, there might even be a couple cat girls at some national labs. You don't know.
Oh, I know there are.
I know for a fact there are fucking tons of furries at U.S. national labs. Some of the most qualified people are furries.
Yeah, as far as how I feel about the hacking, I don't know. Is it Is it hilarious? Objectively, yes.
Objectively, it's so great.
Objectively, it's one of the best things I've heard all month. Uh,
Subjectively, like, uh-oh.
yeah. The subtext here is, why aren't we doing better?
How did this happen at INL?
Yeah.
You just know that they tried to get Los Alamos.
Oh, yeah. I mean, imagine. I don't want to, but imagine.
Yeah. Ooh. You've lived your whole life here, Ripley. Should you know me by now? Sheldon! Fuck this.
Oh, no.
Anyway. Yeah, I think about that, like, you know, I might know people who are on both sides of that aisle, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That's really weird. That's very strange. What a world.
I mean, the furries are a very powerful group.
They sure are. He's
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did we ever figure out where this... I'm gonna continue calling S51 an alien. Oh, you caught one.
She gave it to me.
Oh.
An alien. I got an alien. I actually kind of want to use it if it's good.
Yeah.
I gotta look at the type it is, but like that could be like kind of good, honestly.
Hmm?
We'll see. How do I sometimes keep a walkthrough open, sometimes I don't. Like, this is one of those games where it's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with having a walkthrough open for this. Because, like, I don't know shit about anything. I'm dumb. I'm stupoid in this game. It's a little strange how that happens. But honestly, like, yeah, the hacking of Idaho National Lab is just like, oh, that's not great.
Mm-mm.
In this part of the region, people are very religious. Please be tolerant of others' beliefs. Okay.
I'm curious what they thought the Pokemon trainer was gonna do to offend other people's beliefs.
Say God isn't real. God is dead.
And we killed him.
Nuclear plant Zeta? Uh-oh.
Wait, there's multiple?
Oh yeah, of course there's multiple. It's Pokemon Uranium. There's definitely... It was named Epsilon. There's probably Alpha, Beta... Alpha and Beta. Maybe Gamma if they're being dangerous. They probably heard Gamma and were like, ooh, like the ray.
It's like the 13th floor. They didn't actually make one.
Yeah. I find it so funny that hotels don't have a 4th floor, 13th floor, 15th floor, 14th floor. We were in Vancouver for the conference, and my friend, he was staying on the 15th floor, but this hotel did not have a 13th floor or a 14th floor. So he was staying on what was only colloquially known as the 13th floor.
Right.
Or 15th floor. Damn it. Oh, boy. So, it's all good. One sec, I gotta drink some water. I'm thirsty.
Water time.
Oh, yeah.
That good.
That good shit. Ugh, I'm a big water enjoyer. Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of water?
Water I can drink. Not salt water. Desalinated water. Water that's been ethically obtained.
Okay. They used to ask, Jeremy used to call him out. I don't know if he's still here. He was here earlier. Because he posted something I said in a quotes channel. Jeremy used to ask that question at elections for like our student group.
Oh,
What's your
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
kind of water?
Are we really
And freshman year.
Are we really going to go to church in a Pokemon game? Oh
Let's
no.
take him to church.
Let's go to church. Oh my god, we are in a church.
Clean, purified.
What? Take a look at the books. They can teach you what Ocean of Legend of East Tandor. Read it. In East Tandor, there lies a chasm in the sea. Sometimes you can see shining. Okay, so these are like legendary Pokemon. Okay, so that makes sense. I was thinking they were going to be like Christianity in the Pokemon world, and I was like, I don't know about that one.
They're just throwing everything at the wall. They
Yeah.
actually went all in on Pastafarianism.
Oh yeah, so true. You know, you got to put
Rather
the strainer on
famously.
your head.
Yes.
Yeah. I've studied my world religions.
In high school we did not a, I guess a unit is too generous for the day that we talked about it. But my teacher had the horrible idea of informing us that you can sign people up for their newsletter.
Oh no. Also, sorry,
yeah,
I don't
it
want to
was-
interrupt you, but like,
No, go for it.
the second to hatch was Lanthan. Lanthan, the rare and elusive ores without any names. Oh, Lanthanite, mountain to the east Tandor. And Acton? 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 Come on, dude, really? A Pokemon of darkness? Acton took the scarcest and most powerful ores that burn and hum with dangerous energy and emerged from Mount Actonite. Oh my god. And Acton saw, like, nuclear god. Incredible. Fucking incredible. There's a Pokemon named Acton and a Pokemon named Lanthan.
Okay, in that case, I went to undergrad, or I lived across from someone named Lanthan.
Really?
So his parents must have been huge Pokemon fans.
They must have. Well, that's a Pokemon from this game. Like, it's
Oh,
made
then
for
they
this.
must have been Pokemon Uranium fans.
They must have been. There was a kid in my school. His name was Lathan, like Nathan, but with an L. I don't know, but at the end of second grade, he got moved to Catholic school because he got expelled.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was a bit of a rambunctious child. So.
Yeah. Nathan is or Nathan and Nathan adjacent names are it's a very mixed bag.
Yep.
Like there was another Nathan that I went to middle school with who would throw pencils at people. just cuz.
Yeah.
Not for any real
reason. Was this
reason.
in middle school?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like,
Which
honestly,
I guess is not.
when you're in middle school, like, you do a bunch of dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like, when I was in middle school, I would get a pack of carrots, you know? You know, the ones that you could buy at lunch. And I'd rip them open, and I'd eat most of the carrot, but I'd leave a little nub. And then I'd put it between my fingers, and I'd pinch, and I'd squeeze, and it would shoot the carrot stub in the direction of where I was, like, aiming. And and I'd just, like, fuck with these kids who, like, we were friends, but, like, I was kind of mean to them in hindsight. But whatever, I did it, and it was funny. And they'd be like, where'd this come from? And then he'd get hit in the face by one, and it'd be like, and I got caught. I only got caught the last day of class. The health teacher, who had, like, the porniest mustache you can imagine.
Oh, no.
And like the porniest hair you can imagine, right? On a dude in his like mid-50s.
Yeah.
And he was like, I want you to think about what you did and why you've been doing it. And I was like, yeah, I've been doing this all year. You have no authority over me. And he was like, I can't believe when you took my class, you were so well behaved. What changed? And I was like, nothing changed, Mr. Kesey. Nothing changed. And then I stood up against the wall, and everyone was looking at me like, What did he do to face the wall? Are they dropping the 10 commandments on me in the fucking Pokemon game?
Oh,
the
they
five.
are.
The 5 commandments. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I got a rare candy though.
Fluff.
It's not so bad. Pastor gives me candy for listening to him talk. Alright.
There's a joke there.
There is, but my brain is a little empty right now.
It's all good.
Comedy brain.
No, of course it was. Of course it was your health teacher with the porn stash.
Yeah, no, this is the same teacher who showed us the Miracle of Life video.
Oh God.
And had to explain to us what sexually transmitted infections were.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the power of hindsight allows me to say, like, this dude, like, oh my god, he just looked exactly like what you would expect a health teacher from, like, the 80s or 70s would look like. A porn star from a retired porn star, basically. And,
honestly,
you know,
the most qualified people to talk about sexual health.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, and that's true. That's a very good point. The only thing was, watching the Miracle of Childbirth video in 7th grade is like, I still have not forgotten that image. I still have not forgotten that.
Mm-hmm.
It was very strange. Like, the video itself, I won't go into graphic detail, obviously, but the video itself was definitely, like, recorded on VHS in the 80s. You know, you could do an analog horror video of the Miracle of Childbirth video. Oh, no!
You've unlocked a new demon.
Oh, no! Oh, no. Fuck. I gotta write that down. That's a good bit. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Hang on. I'm writing that down right now.
No, you're all good. The crazy thing is, I've never seen that video or a video like it.
You've never seen the Miracle of Childbirth?
No.
I suppose that's okay. Like, you don't have to.
Yeah. No, but it is a little wild. Like, the fact that we have no national standards for healthcare or health education.
Yeah.
Is a little wild.
Like, thinking about that would not fly in some places. Like, watching a head just emerge, you know, like, that would just not happen.
And it didn't, because it didn't happen where I grew up.
That is so just like, what the fuck? Oh my man. Like,
there's also no requirement that, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. My mom's a health teacher. There's also no requirement that what people are told in health is factually accurate.
That's true.
Which is insane.
That is also fucked.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox.
No, you can get on your soapbox.
I can rant about it for a while.
No, please. Please, like, this is a platform where you are allowed to do this.
Okay, so the other crazy thing is, so you learn that in high school or middle school, whenever you like realize that people aren't like taught the same things.
Yes.
And then you go to college with people who are from all over the country, all over the world, all over wherever. And so then the thing of, you know, what we were taught becomes like, you have this other dimension now of, so whenever you have another partner, it's like, okay, are we both on the same playing field? Are we like working with the same set of tools?
Yeah.
And for someone like me who maybe overthinks some things like that,
sure,
it like occupied a decent amount of my brain space for a while, and so much so that I was like looking it up. I was like, okay, you know, what are people taught in Mississippi versus what are people taught in Arizona or wherever? And some of the stories that you can find online are truly insane. Like, there are still people who are given the like, okay, and this is, I guess, my own moral beliefs that I'm projecting here, but like, I don't think anyone should be told that by having sex, you're like a piece of chewing gum and you're being chewed.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think
because
that's dehumanizing and fundamentally like makes people afraid of sex more than anything. And like, I think you feel the same way as I do, but like when you dehumanize something that is like intrinsic to life itself, yeah, you don't want teenagers having sex, but like that doesn't mean that if you have multiple partners, you're just worse than someone who only has one.
No, I completely agree with that statement. And like you find stories even as of a couple years ago when I was like looking this up, you find stories of students who are still told that. And there are companies that have like multiple tiers of videos where one of them is like, God says we're not allowed to do this, and we don't need to go into religion.
Right.
But then there's another tier of video from the same company, same actors, they've just changed the script a little bit to say, oh, maybe your parents wouldn't be happy. And then there's an entirely other script that's like, you will be shunned and you will never be like talked to again in your community. And it's just like the same company with the same actors is peddling these wildly different messages.
That's wild.
And
That's
I don't
so
know,
crazy.
it's not for me to like project my beliefs onto some classroom in a state that I don't live in, but like at the same time, when
That's
we're talking
fucked.
about like medical information,
A health class.
forget the beliefs.
Like,
yeah.
In all respect, like, religion can be a part of health, but
Yeah.
when you are talking about sexual health, it doesn't matter. Like, God doesn't care if you have herpes. You know, if you have herpes, then you should go and you should know how to handle that. You know, God will not fix your herpes. God will not tell you how to get rid of chlamydia.
Yeah.
You cannot pray chlamydia away. Like, I mean, well,
It's so funny you say that. I rewatched the movie. Have you seen the movie Easy A?
yes.
I rewatched that the other day.
Aaron and I watched it just a little bit ago, actually, so it's pretty fresh in my
Really?
brain too. Yeah.
Oh.
I watched it, October? Here, I could look it up. I have some notes on it. No, we watched it in June. Never mind. But yeah, still, like,
Okay.
somewhat recently.
It's fresh.
Yeah.
It's so funny you say the praying the chlamydia away because there's a scene, I
Yeah.
forget the guy's name, but the one who gets held back.
Yeah.
And then he gets chlamydia and then he's sent to his grandparents down in Florida and he's like reading the Bible trying to pray it away.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
Crazy
my god.
connection.
What a great movie. Aaron's definitely like showed me a lot of those like aughts shows. And like for what it's worth, I think Easy A is a really interesting movie. And I enjoyed it. Oh fuck. It's just like, yeah. I think in general health class, like, we did not get shown any images, which I think is another thing that's crazy to me, is that some kids in health classes see pictures of herpes. And I'm like, oh, God, I could not imagine looking at genital warts immediately after lunch as a sophomore in high school. You know what I mean? Like, that would fucking end me. I played Flappy Bird during health class.
Yes, but also at the same time, like, people, if like, you know, like, if that's what it takes for someone to be able to recognize it, and if they see it with one of their partners, to be like, oh, maybe for like my own health,
Yes.
we should take a step back.
Yes,
Like,
very
if that's
true.
what that takes, I'm okay with that.
Yes, that is also a very good point. Like, the fact that, like, if this is what it's gonna take to make someone know that, oh shit, I actually have gonorrhea. Like, I think that that is important. Now, I think that, you know, you can describe what a boil looks like, and you can show a boil without, like, showing too much else, you know?
Oh, very true. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this was someone who saw, like, anecdotally from college days, we were talking about health class as we are now, and, like, one person said, yeah, they straight up showed us a penis with warts on it. And I was just like, really? Ay, ay, ay.
Zoomed in.
Oh, well, I guess they know now.
Yeah, I mean, you could have shown any other kind of wart.
Yeah, you could have shown a wart and a penis separately.
Or like by someone's mouth, like the wart. Not
Yeah.
the penis. I mean, I guess you could have shown that too,
The
but
penis with the wart next to someone's mouth. Yeah. No, it's good. It's fine. Oh, nice. This is a cool puzzle for what it's worth. I just am very bad at it.
okay. I don't understand what the lighted walkways are. Are you
So-
not allowed to step on it?
So what happens is it's illuminating the path. So if I fall off, I fall down to the lower level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's what's been happening.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See, I am paying attention, but also
No, that's okay.
it takes me a minute to figure things out.
It's okay. It's like past your bedtime, so
We're getting there. Yeah.
honestly, I have a big measurement tomorrow with the Linac.
Ooh.
That
Oh, yeah.
so that's tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
And that's gonna be at 9, and I have to be there at like 8:30 or so to be ready to go to make sure this is that. We put so much lead on a fucking wooden table with a steel reinforcement in the middle. We have like 225 pounds of lead on one side of this wood table. I'm amazed that it didn't just break.
Oh my.
Yeah, I handled a lot of lead bricks.
That's not a fun. I know that there are safe ways to do that, and you can duct tape it and do all the things.
Yep,
I'm
I
still
wore
afraid of
gloves.
lead bricks.
Yeah, I wore like these really thick worker gloves basically, and washed my hands with a lot of like anti-lead soap or whatever it is, you know?
That's fancy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like they have taped lead bricks, and we have taped lead bricks in our lab, but like these were just, you know, plain ass lead bricks. Like if I got clocked on the head with that, I think that would kill me.
Yeah.
Among other things.
Oh yeah, if any part of it enters. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is too, like, you know, when you're moving all these lead bricks, I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a brick. How heavy could it possibly be? And then it weighs like 25 pounds and you feel like an idiot. And you're like, oh shit, this is heavier than I thought. I thought I could carry 3 of these at once. I can, but it's not good.
Yeah.
And you don't want it like touching your body any at all, so... And I have psoriasis on one of my fingers, so like, that can lead to open skin, which is especially bad.
Yeah.
So...
Fun times.
Yeah. So I was wearing like these big worker gloves, and it's all good. That said, lead plates, you know, like they had like a foot by like a half an inch lead plate. I was like, oh, these would be easy. I could carry like 4. I could, but it fucking stunk.
Yeah.
Like,
You're working up a sweat.
yeah, who are you impressing by carrying 4 lead bricks? This isn't like Sunday school where like you want to impress the girl you like by carrying like 6 folding chairs at once.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Except we had it on Wednesdays.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, this is heavier than I thought. And I had to like, you couldn't drop the lead too. You can't just like let your hand go and let it fall to the ground. You gotta like return to a squatting position and hope your pants don't split down the middle with how low you're going, kind of vibe. Have you ever had your pants ripped?
Not accidentally.
Okay.
I do have a friend, however, or I guess, yeah, I'll call him a friend. He's dating one of my good friends, and we've become friends since then. So,
Sure.
Yeah. I do have a friend who regularly splits jeans.
How?
Which, that's what I said. I was like, okay, so when was this? This is maybe a couple months ago that we were talking about this. And he brought it up as if it was just like a thing that everyone does. And I'm like, dude, are you trying to like brag that you got a dump truck? Like, what's...
Are you trying to brag that your ass is just too fat?
And like, you know, not to objectify my friend, but like he's got a nice one. But
you can pay him a compliment without like being objectifying. It's not like he's just a butt with arms.
Right. Not at all. Anyways, he's like, yeah, this is the 3rd or 4th pair that I've split in a couple years. And I'm just like, I know that jeans are like cotton and they're woven in a specific way and blah, 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 whatever. I cannot imagine splitting one. And I was just like, dude, you know what kind of jeans are you buying? Like, are they just like a cheap, like not high quality pair? And the brand, I forget the brand, but in the moment I was like, oh, they should not be doing that. Like that should be like war torn, like you've gone through it with this pair of jeans, you've washed it like for 18 years, and now it breaks. Like that's the vibes we should be getting. But to break 3 or 4 of them in like a year, that's
like,
insane.
What are you doing in them? Are you like going to the gym and squatting in them? Like,
no, not even. He just like works. He's like staff in a lab, and just throughout the course of his day, he'll have to like move things or lift assemblies or do whatever.
sheesh.
And he's 2 of them he broke at work.
What is this line? Lol, 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 I'm a girl gamer. Yeah, I'm a girl and I play video games. And then it's fucking. What is that? Okay.
That's amazing. And now we're gonna fight.
Now we're gonna fucking beat the tar out of her. Who talks like that? I think we should bully people who speak like that. Holds up spork. Oh, you know what? You know what my favorite thing that I've discovered recently that like I'm so going to lean into?
No.
I posted it in general. It's the fact that NeoCities is like getting a resurgence.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have to explain this. So I looked at the link.
Yeah.
I went through, but it's a resurgence. What's the history here?
So like NeoCities is a new version of GeoCities, and GeoCities was like a website that you could just make with HTML and like put literally whatever you want on it, and it was like really big in the 90s. And it, you know, those like ugly ass 90s websites and like early 2000s Flash websites and whatever.
Oh, do I?
Like GeoCities was like the HTML popular website making thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before it got all corporatized with like make your own website without even doing any coding whatsoever. With the power of insert website maker here, like GeoCities is the reason why those new companies exist, because they require like moderate knowledge of how to use HTML.
Mm-hmm.
And NeoCities is sort of this resurgence, but it was made in 2010, and only recently has it really gotten like upscaling in terms of a like user base, right? Because now it's over like 500,000 users, which is really big, all things considered. That's still small on like the grand scale of the internet, but like, you know, I will absolutely learn some HTML to make a shitposting website where I could just like talk about my 5 favorite high quality rips of the month, you know, or like write a paragraph about the media I just like engaged with this month in a low stakes environment, you know, like that to me sounds great. And it's customizable, and I can make my little corner of the internet. So, you know, you can do that. And I see you've linked some in like the chat.
Oh yeah. So I fully support that. I think I messaged this in the general channel also, but one of my friends has like a blog that he maintains. I've never tried to look for it out of like respect for his privacy or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm all on board with the like little corner of the internet vibes. The other day, my boyfriend and I were just like in bed doing whatever, and we were trying to figure out someone's name. And so we're going through, we're looking at like websites, and it was a faculty that we were looking for.
Yeah.
And we ended up in the math department for
UC Santa Barbara.
Yeah. And we're going through, and he found the most math professor website ever.
Yeah.
It is literally like just a blank white page that's got 3, like his name at the top, and then 3 combinations of numbers and letters corresponding to a class.
201B, 124A, and 34B. Like,
It's
I have
amazing.
no idea what any of these mean. And then there's a dead image that leads to digits.com, which is just broken. Oh my god.
So good.
Oh my lord.
It's the most math professor website I've ever seen.
I don't think when this was made that digits.com is what it is now.
What is digits.com?
It's like
Are
a
they
security
selling people's
thing, I think.
hands? Oh. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I posted this in my research group Slack because I was like, we had been making jokes about Math Professor websites because a lot of us have like a professional website, like you have and like I have.
Yeah, and I'm making a new one with Squarespace.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be sort of like I have the GitHub one, but I'm gonna slowly move away from it just because like the Squarespace one is just a little bit more customizable, and it's literally my first and last name .com.
Oh yeah.
Which is like,
that is nice.
I own it. It's mine now, so I might as well use it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like update that, and then I'm also gonna have like a page for voiceover on there. Is this a Squarespace ad? It is not. They're not paying me. I'm just saying I am using it. That doesn't mean I'm telling you to use it. So
that is smart. Yeah. Yeah. The downside of the GitHub website is it's the .github.io.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like it makes it tricky to put on business cards. It's way easier to just have firstlast.com, like that shit goes hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, I own the website of my name. Mm-hmm. Can you say that? No. Because I have your name too. And I have mine. But then I'm going to be doing this NeoCities thing, and I'm going to learn HTML. And I've been meaning to learn HTML for a while. So, like, this is... Oh, fuck. They have bad tiling on here. That's a problem.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is fine. Just weird.
Oh,
well. But yeah, so I'm going to do the NeoCities thing and make my silly little... entirely unprofessional, like, hobby project, not gonna link it to any of my, like, socials where, like, people could see me in a professional setting. Like, it's just gonna be my corner, and no one else will find it unless, like, they know what they're looking for. No potential employers will see this. I'll swear, but I won't use slurs.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go for it. No, I was just gonna ramble.
Okay. I was gonna say, since you posted that earlier today, I've been thinking like, it's very tempting, and maybe one of these days I'll do something similar. But I was like, what would it be if I were to do something like that?
You should totally do it, and then we can form like a cool little alliance coalition thing, and then like more people could join us, and we'd be the founding members of it. Because there's like many different web rings, honestly, like web pages that just have like alliances and connections with other web pages. That'd be fun. You should do it.
Okay. And so the thing that I came up with is, I think we talked about this on stream before, or maybe in person. I don't remember. But I have like pretty vivid dreams.
Yeah.
And so every now and then, like when I wake up, I'll write it down because I enjoy looking back at it later. And just scrolling through scrolling through my notes app period is an experience, but scrolling through like the dreams in particular is, I hope that no one else reads that and then tries to like backtrack into what my brain is doing.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to end up in good places.
It would be so over. You could turn that into like a creative writing ass little thing too. I think that's the big thing about it is like, it's literally whatever you want it to be. It's yours.
Yeah.
That to me is really, really cool. Like, I'm tired of social media websites that like, it's entirely for this, it's entirely for that. Like, oh, this website is for your movie watching. This one is for your music. This one is for your this. Like, I want to own my own little corner of XYZ, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just do whatever the hell I want with it. It's internet imperialism. Uh-oh.
But you're making the new space, so you're not taking it from anyone else.
That's true. That is very true.
What that would be called.
I'm doing what seems like the thing to do.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, it is a fun idea, and then, like, if anyone asks, I'm practicing my soft transferable skills.
That is true.
That is, like, the magic of, like, oh, for fuck's sake, it got the boosts. That's the magic of, some of my hobbies, is I have hobbies that, like, if I work on them in a work environment, I can justify working on them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing a thing in RStudio to, like, quantify my game history, or, like, my personal game chronology, as it were.
Okay.
And it's all in RStudio, so, like, I'm learning how to use RStudio through this project, which is relevant. It's just, like, not always relevant. So...
okay. It's excellent that you're framing it this way, because I was saying something similar to, like, a senior at my school who's, like, applying to grad school.
Yeah.
Now, I was like, find... And I don't mean to sound like one of those, like, what are they? They're like the business bros who are like, everything's an opportunity, blah, blah, blah. But also, for grad school, maybe particularly, or just kind of in general, like, you can turn a lot of things into opportunities to, like, either develop a new skill, as long as you're being intentional about it. And this is what I was like ranting to this person the other day. I was like, something I wish I had done more last year in grad school is, like, to be a little more intentional with how I was spending my free time. Not in that I should have been working more or doing whatever, just like I could have developed a more cohesive, like, skill set, or I could have, like, you know, I the point was I could have been more intentional with
you could have been, like,
I wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wish that I had been. So
I mean, like, and that's not to say that everything you do has to be in service of, like, getting ahead in your career, but, like, it really does help that a lot of my interests also do align with, like, something that could be generally relevant to my career later. Also, I might lose this fight because I don't have any revives. That would be bad. I might lose this, but that's okay. If it's my first loss, then that's okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Fat Man did not take that well.
Fat Man just ignored me. I have found the teammate who will no longer be a teammate. Damn, they really said... Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Sunny Day. Okay, never mind, I lose. Okay, that's fine. Do it, an alien. Iron Defense. Maybe I can actually pull this off with an alien, because it's also a steel type, and this I think this has to be like steel type, dragon type, steel dragon. So like steel resists dragon too.
Okay.
Or I could just get critted and lose. Fine.
That's his first loss.
Yeah. Damn.
Sad.
Damn, not here. Ugh.
This
But
is
yeah.
lost.
It's so over. Is there not a shop in this town? Where is the shop? A nostalgic paradise. Yeah, clearly. There's the shop. I do think that, like, obviously I'm not going to work on my website when I have other things I can and should be doing. But, like, you know, when nothing else is doable, you know, there's nothing wrong with it, I feel like. You know, if I don't have a paper to read, I'll just learn some CSS and I'll learn some HTML and I'll just say, like, yep, this is a soft skill that is transferable and you need to develop these. What? Make me a sandwich. No. Eat shit, bozo. Ah, man. I don't have any revives. Oh, this is bad. Alright, well, let's go try it again, I suppose. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lead with my broader, and I'm going to just be really intentional about, like, how much I set up beforehand. Because beforehand I've just been coasting, but I will give a shit now, you know? Like the leaning forward in the chair kind of vibes.
Ooh. It's getting serious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I might do this GeoCities thing. NeoCities thing. Travis! Hello, hello, hello. Tier 1 for 36 months on a 21-month streak. 3 years? 3 years? Yes, Travis,
Hey, yo.
it's been 3 years since you've been subbed to me, and I think since I've been subbed to you, but I would have to check that for myself. But, thanks for 3 years of subbing. You have helped paid for a lot of things. We're talking about the NeoCities website trend that's a thing now, which is quite interesting, and I'm probably going to get really into it because I'm a dork. And I want a place to just dump all my dumb, nerdy shit. Because there's no good place to do so on the internet.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, what was it? Tumblr? That's the microblogging site.
Yeah.
I've never had a Tumblr account, but like that is like the closest thing to what I can think of we were talking about earlier, where it's like you can have all these different kinds of media, all these different things, and you can just kind of customize it.
Yeah. Like, I never had a Tumblr either. I was more, you know, I looked down on Tumblr back in the day. I realize now that was a little foolish, only because, like, the customizability of it is quite nice, I will say. Like, I think that's one thing that really turns me off from, like, Substack or, you know, other similar kind of websites that are meant to be, like, blogging, all-in-one blogging sites, is they're not customizable. Like, even if it's in Markdown, you're still not able to make it, like, how you want it to look, you know?
Yeah.
In HTML, yeah, there is a learning curve to it, but, like, I don't care at this point. Like, part of the fun is learning how to use it, I suppose. So, it'll be fine.
And it is kind of a fun language.
Yeah,
You know,
it makes
as far as
sense.
languages go. Yeah. It makes sense. Everything's kind of like the names, the variables are names, and the names kind of logically make sense.
Yeah. I also have a program called Pandoc, which can convert Markdown to HTML. So, like, if nothing else, like, I can do that. I think the big thing is I just got to figure out how to do the layout properly, which is just a CSS thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I cannot claim to be very good at CSS, but when I first started undergrad, we were like going to host this conference. And we did end up hosting the conference, but I was given the task from the grad students on high as a little freshman to like make the conference website.
Oh, fuck.
Which like was, looking back on it, very valuable. At the time, I was not having fun.
No, I can't imagine. Did you have to do HTML?
I did, yeah. So they had me make it from scratch, which was a choice. We should have just used a template, but they had me make it from scratch because they're like, you're gonna learn this and you're gonna do good.
I fucked myself. I'm so stupid. I should have just went face because it has speed boost. That's why it outsped. That is really stupid and annoying, actually. I don't like that decision at all. Okay.
Acton's on the go.
Like, it's just gonna sweep me. Unless I get a burn. Well, that's fine. Yeah, but Trav, if you're still around and still here, you should make one, and then we can all form a little coalition, and we can get like an 80 by 30 little pixel banner showing our fucking alliance ass thing. Oh my god, that would rule. That would so rule. And then you could just use that as like your website to show off your cool shit. This stinks. Alright, I just got swept by Tracton again. Fuck Tracton. All my homies hate Tracton. I've been meaning to make a portfolio. Just do it on that. You could make it on other things, but you could also make it on here. Okay, let's see if this idea of, like, boosting our iron defenses with an alien.
An alien.
An alien. Oh, you've seen an alien, have you?
Do you think you've ever seen an alien?
I don't know. I've never seen a little green man, you know what I mean? I've never seen a gray either. So it's hard to, like... feel confident in that I've said that, but like, I've definitely seen stuff in space that like, if I didn't know any better, I would think is an alien. There was one time, actually fairly recently over Labor Day, we were at Aaron's family farm, and in the night sky, there was a line of star-looking things traveling across the sky at the same velocity in the same direction, and it made a line.
Oh.
And it was like, and then it would disappear. Like, I'm pretty confident that they were satellites, basically.
Yeah.
But like, if I were in, you know, a different time period, or was not aware of these things, I would absolutely think I had just seen an alien. What do you mean it has shift gear too? That's bullshit.
Crackton keeps just ratcheting it up.
Kidding. I just gotta... Okay, I'm gonna have to heal after this. I'm gonna hope an alien can chip this thing down really, really well, because otherwise... You know, this is kind of a bullshit Pokemon. I kind of want one. Okay, that's actually great.
Interesting. So when you go to catch them, you want them to be like hurt before you do that? Like, why don't you just do that off the top?
I can't catch this one because it's a gym leader, so this is a boss fight.
Oh, okay.
But, yes, in theory, what you want to do is you want to bring its HP as low as possible without knocking it out, because the catching formula takes into account its total HP and its remaining HP, and that is relevant to, like, the catching formula.
Okay.
I'm just gonna chip away, and if it gets critted, then I get critted, and that's that.
Tahufsta doesn't take the L.
No L's from Tahufsta.
No L's.
I don't think Psybeam's gonna do any damage, but we can see. That's chip. This is like the most... Oh no. I really should probably just like take the L on this, because this is not going to go well. I should have attacked with... Oh, it's confused. It's confused. We're good. We're actually set. We're so fucking set.
Ooh.
Yes, we are so set. We are so set. Okay, it's probably gonna heal, but like, I don't care. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We're just chipping away.
Oh yeah. Little by little.
Little by little. And if an alien gets all of the experience from this, that'd be so good. Oh my god, I think we just beat it. Let's go! An alien won! Didn't even fucking level up. What?
Tragic.
Eat shit, Sheldon.
It's such an unlikable name.
Sheldon just...
I'm sorry if anyone listening is named Sheldon.
Yeah, sorry to all the Sheldons out there, but your name sucks. I don't make the rules, I just report them.
And I enforce them.
Yes. As long as you're not a moron about using it, it's a strong move. God damn, Sheldon. Have any tact? Oh. Hey, who are you? Are you Tahufsta? A kid named Terry or something? Oh, so, you know, see, I did make that mistake too. You know... Can you, make sure he's okay? He's by the town's entrance.
Is he crazy hair?
Yeah. Even the game knows that this dude's hair is just junk. Let's go.
Him and his dad.
Yeah. His dad's got it too, so, like, it's not even that he chose to have his hair that way. His hair's just genetically like that. That, to me, is the craziest part. But I kind of love it. Okay, so what are my Pokemon looking like? Fat Man is gonna go in the box. Fat Man was a cool idea in theory, not a fun thing in practice, so we're gonna put him away.
That out of context is a very good quote.
Yeah, that's the magic of stream, is like, There are just so many things that you could say out of context.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Like there's one where I was playing Super Mario Sunshine and I was talking about eating oranges in the shower, right?
Okay.
Have you heard of this phenomenon?
No. No. I
Oh,
have not.
okay. The shower is the best place to eat an orange or a citrus fruit.
Why?
Because when
Wait,
you
like-
eat citrus fruit, right, normally it's juicy and it gets everywhere and it's like, you know, you wanna deal reasonably, and you know, the peel, you're gonna have to throw it away and your fingers will get all juicy and sticky and whatnot. When you're in the shower, it's warm, so you want something like kind of cool and refreshing, so you should just eat an orange. Because the water will make your hands like less sticky as a result. You can throw the peel on the bottom of the floor of the shower or whatever, and then like it'll make your shower smell like oranges for like a little bit. And then all you have to do is just like pick it up once you're done showering and throw it away. Alright, what do you have to say, little boyo? I just want to be good. I work all the time, then you win anyway. You think I'm a whiny kid. Am I supposed to keep fighting after? Dad, I miss you. Where did you go? Why did Dad's power plant have to blow up? Oh. Game. You can't play this music and have him have an emotional crisis. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, the green gas of nuclear. Oh, no, the radiation gas. Could be another meltdown. Oh, no. We need to evacuate the entire town. Let's go, Staraptor. I don't care where you got the Staraptor from.
It's a locally sourced raptor.
They're playing an ominous, haunting Pallet Town theme? During a nuclear meltdown? What was that? What was that?
Where was I?
Did I just, like, hallucinate that?
Yes. Objectively.
Nuclear power plant Zeta has suffered a meltdown as we speak. A cloud of radioactive fallout is spreading across Route 8 and Vinaville. This radiation is harmful to all life. Jesus Christ. Two nuclear meltdowns so close to each other, this can't be an accident. Jesus Christ.
Someone's sabotaging.
What about our Pokemon? Oh yeah! Save our Pokemon and the wild ones too. Pokemon affected by radiation. They go all crazy, don't they? Rad Bio people are freaking out right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Subway
Julian's
pass.
caught dead.
One last thing, I understand you're worried and scared, but as long as we support one another, we'll make it through this. Jesus Christ. You know, like, I don't know how to feel, right? Because it's obvious that it's like a plot device and everything, but like, wow! They really leaned into it hard on the nuclear accident thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Certain Pokemon like Steel types are more effective. Like, I've been a real jerk in the past. I used to say Vinaville, but truth is, I love that place with all my heart. Like, come on. Come on. We've got gym badges. You're just a kid. Stay with your parents, kiddo. Actually, I can vouch for them. What about me? This fucking... Oh my god. Like, I can't tell if they want me to take it seriously from a dramatic perspective or not. I really struggle to do that if that is the case.
I fully support the meme interpretation of what's going on,
Yeah.
whatever that entails.
Whatever it may be. Whatever it may be. I think if you're looking for responsible depictions of nuclear power, you won't find them here. That said, cool plot. My contaminated air. You know, for what it's worth, It is an interesting idea. It's just like, that's I don't know if this is the one we should say, hey people, if you're interested in nuclear science, you should play this game. But I don't think that was what they were going for in the first place, so. So now we're gonna go take on nuclear Pokemon again. Excuse me. Just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Come on. You must look to find. Would you like to hear my sermon? Really? Oh my god.
Hey, they're consistent.
They are consistent.
Consistency wins the pageant.
I just can't believe that there's like someone offering me religious condolences after a nuclear power plant meltdown in a Pokemon fan game. You know what I mean? Like, and they give me candy. Yeah. I fucking can't deal with this shit. Oh my god. Okay.
I'm intrigued that it's so like essential to the world that they have like religion around it, and yet they seem very uninformed about it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just, yeah. You put it into very, very succinct words. Just very like, I'm so thrown off by it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just not at all what I anticipated when I knew that there was going to be stuff related to like nuclear accident. But the fact that there's just deeply well-defined religion in this game is so fascinating to me. So not what I expected.
No, not at all.
Oh my god. I don't know if I can do any more tonight. I gotta let this process, you know what I mean? I
mean, you gotta take in that sermon.
I gotta take it all in, and I gotta be up early tomorrow, so I am gonna call it here, I think.
Okay.
Let's see if there's anyone that we can raid. Ooh, that's my voice. We can send you all the hoodie. My fave hoodie. Well, let's raid hoodie. Hoodie Inu. For those of you who don't know, Hoodie is a good friend of mine, though he is an 18+ model in his streaming, so just be aware of that. If you're not comfortable with that, then that's fine. But the raid message is going to be waves in radiation. Waves in radiation. And
that's excellent.
We'll see you all for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky on Saturday, assuming all goes well. Until then, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
See, we don't need no Jillian.